Well, if you're a regular to this channel, you might have seen this handplane, which I restored, and I made it a new tote and a new knob and what have you, and sort of like, made it. It's just nice, and it's a really nice plane to use. There's an old Stanley Bailey, about 1940s it is, and it was in a hell of a state. It used to be my father's, and my father was like, yeah, a tool's just a tool. He didn't really look after them, to be fair. And it's for me, I like my tools to be in usable, working condition, or at the best of their ability, and then I can't use my tools as an excuse. But I've got these old rebate planes here. Now I've got this one which I have restored, and this is a lovely tool to use now. It works perfectly well. And let's just skip that. But that's in it's in a really good condition now, and it's nice usable tool. That one is not. So that will be another live stream. We'll be doing that another day. But today I want to do something with my number 4. It's a common hand plane, isn't it? The number 4. It's the one that everyone seems to have. Let's bring it down a bit lower there. And we have 2 here. Now, this is one I've been using for a long time. It's not that old. I suppose it's post 1970s anyway. And this one here is turn of the century. So this is probably 120 odd years old. And that was my father's. And it's a hell of a state, it really is. But my dad is not one to, look at the state of that tote on there. Got a big old crack down it, all right? Chunk out of where it's been dropped out of the actual sole there. And the lever, just the lever here. I think he must have made that out of a bean can or something, knowing him. It's not original. Also, it's got a few other alterations as well. One is the chip breaker is a record stay set chip breaker in there. It's actually a very good chip breaker. So I was thinking to myself, well, this one's more complete and intact. I kind of got how to put it, a feel for this one now. Apart from I hate the original totes. They don't fit my hands. Now, on my other hand planes, such as this one here, these are my go-to totes. These are the ones I fit. They fit my hands. I make them to fit my hand. They're actually handed. This is a right-handed tote. Slightly different shape to this side than it is on that side of the tote, and allows me to place my hand in the same place every single time. You always higher or lower or what have you. It's your hand falls into exactly the same position. So you got it becomes mechanical. You become mechanical. Now, that was the lever cap. Now, this lever cap is not original for this hand plane, right? This has been bastardised over the years. I think the only things that are probably original here, maybe the tote and the knob. Actually, no, I don't think that knob is original, because I think it should be a low one on there. So I don't think that's original, because it's got the small adjuster on it as well. If you look at the side of the adjuster on this later one. Also, there's no adjustment on the actual frog. There's adjustment, loosen the screw, but you've got to do it manually. Whereas this one has the typical screw adjuster in there as well. So I would like to restore this, but I need to source the bits for it. I might have the bits for it already somewhere. What's my collection of bits? So I will have a hunt down for that, but that's not what I'm going to be doing today. I want to be doing this one. And I want to take it apart, clean it out, get it sort of like in it's not too bad a condition. Now, this has got a nasty chrome. Someone said to me, your chip, your lever cap, all your chrome is pitted. Yeah, that's what happens when you work on the tools and what have you. You take it on site, and your tool bag gets soaked and done wet, and your tools, all you want to do is get home and have something to eat, and the next following day, all your tools are rusted. Now, I might actually swap it with this one, which is an older. There's no plating on it, basically. It's just literally the steel, so I might just clean that one up. I'll stick that on that one maybe if it fits. We'll see. They might be different. The castings are similar. That's more refined. Still got the spring. We'll see. Some gold paint on the back of that one. Would it have been gold paint? No, of course not. Anyway, So what we need to do first is take this one apart, all right? Now, the toe in this is intact, so I might actually just plonk that onto the other one if it fits. Because like I said, this is not original anyway, so it doesn't make any odds. And then I can make a new tote for this using a piece of quarter sawn oak. I thought that'd be quite nice. And I've got my template. This is my tote template, but there is a but here. This template is actually designed for, like, for instance, number 5. It'll fit on the 6, the 7s, but the number 4 actually has a slightly smaller tote. The handle is slightly smaller. So if you place it on the side there, in line with the front of the tote, if you look, it sticks out quite a bit. So I will have to kind of bastardise it to suit. I have to make it fit. Also, do I want it as tall as that? Probably not, because I obviously want it to fit with what's there at the moment. So no, and also got to think about the length of that screw that's in there. We'll see. That would have shrunk anyway. This one would, because the grain's going that way. So that would have shrunk more often than not when you get a hand plane, a new one, for instance, the totes will shrink, and then you think, oh, I've got to tighten that up again. And sometimes you don't actually even have enough freeway to actually tighten up the tote anyway. So what you end up doing is either putting washers in it, or end up just filing a little bit off the end of the screw, just so you can tighten your tote up, otherwise it'd be all wobbly. Now with the number 4s, there's no screw in the front of the tote which stops the potential twist on there, like on this number 5. So anyway, I'll try to get a magnetic dish. That'd be a good idea. Oh, I got a magnetic dish. Da-ding. I'll stick that down there. Blimey. Hello, Hollywood. Oh, is Jack Black? Yes, I am. Yes, I'm yeah. I'm his distant cousin or something. Oh dear, how many times do I hear that? I don't mind, because I love Jack Black. He's hilarious. He's hilarious, he is. Right, so let's just remove the frog, because it looks like a frog, this piece here. Alright, so let's get that all out of the way. Now, I was contemplating giving it a coat of paint, but I don't think it needs it. It's actually the paintwork on this one's in good order, but it's everything else about it. It's a bit kind of pooey. I don't want to lose anything. Actually, washers are still on there. Blimey. Right, and that is the frog, which you can see that does have the adjuster. So this is actually this was a recent telltale sign, if you're wondering about your hand plane and its age. For start, UK hand planes are not that easy to age, because it was only I think around the 1920s when they came into the UK at Gateshead in the UK. Because originally these all made in the United States. This is an English one. But later ones, what they did is they started adding more metal. So there's more thickness in the toe of this plane, and there's more thickness there, like a rib on the heel of the plane. I don't think you just about to see that. It's only shallow, but there is a little rib. There's a ridge just there, yeah? And the same on the front. Also, there's an extra piece across here as well. This is just heavier. It's just heavier. Now, the other thing about this one I noticed regarding this newer one, I can't remember how old it is, but it's post 1970s anyway. Now, this one is number 4. This turn of the century one is number 4, but it's shorter by quite a bit. Yeah, by about ½ inch, but 12 mil, something like that. It's shorter. Now, everything's the same at this point, at the front, but the tail end is longer. Only by a little bit, like I say. So I'll put that one there for the moment. That one is just put it there. And the other thing we've got there, we've got our adjuster. Let's remove that as well. I'll clean all the components up. Clean up the sole as well. It's had a bit of a rough life, you know. And it isn't an old tool, but it's when you use things on site and what have you, I don't know, just cleaning up a little bit of work on a door or something like that. It was either that or that old number 5 I used to take. Just sim them all to that one actually. Which is this number 5 here. Another one I had for my toolbox jobby, you know what I mean? That's the one I'd take on site or to someone's house. That's a newer one as well. That's post 1970s as well. Unlike that other one there, unlike this one, which is a wartime plane. And it's a lovely tool, that one is now anyway. Didn't used to be. Anything my dad got hold of, he destroyed them. So anyway, that is the tote. We're going to make a new one of those, all right? Now, like I say, I'm going to have to alter my pattern about slightly. Because obviously it's not going to accommodate it, as you can see there. It's going to overhang, and you can't go past it because obviously the tail end, the heel of your plane. You can see it a bit clearer now. You can see there's extra material there. Now I've mentioned it before. It's because they found they had to add more material to stop it from twisting and what have you. And the reason for that was not because it needed the extra strength. They found it was cheaper to add more iron into the hand plane. These are heavier, so they can actually avoid the seasoning of the hand plane, where they actually give a good old bash about what have you, and to get the tension out of the iron. And it's it's basically, it's not as good. No, everything's heavier. That's heavier. That number 5 I showed you, that's just heavier. And if you look at the sides of that, the cheeks on that one, right? Look at the cheeks on that one. How much thinner is that compared to that? You might think, oh, it's more iron, it's going to be better. But what happens is, because they ain't seasoned them, as you flatten the bottoms and what have you, you release more tension, and potentially you can create a problem. You might think it's that, oh, I'm truing it all up, so I've been true, and then it's sort of a sudden, oh, it's dipping it now. Because that's the tension. It's a bit like when you get a piece of wood, and you rip it down the saw, and it either flares out or it comes together at the end, and it's and because you release the tension in the wood, in the grain, and it's it's a bit of a pain in the neck. So anyway, I've got a knob to remove. Got to remove your knob. Yes. All right, I gotta get that out of there. Sometimes I get stuck. Oh no, that's coming out. That's got to come out. So we'll clean all this stuff up with a wire wheel. That one, as you can see, it's actually stuck into the brass screw. Let's see if we can get that put in the vice over and see if I can give us a bit of genital persuasion. Oh, yes. Oh, is it move? Oh, God, it's twisting. Oh, don't do that with your hands. That's it. Oh, that's it. It's straight. So that one's free. This one's a bit more corroded, if you can see that. But it's only corroded into brass, so it should obviously free up. Let's tighten this vice up. Twisting around it was. Oh no, that's all right. That's good. Phew. Oh, one done. Right. So when you clean that one up, they are identical, aren't they? Yep. Right. And as you can see, they've got a thread on there, and one thread goes like so, and the other one goes in there like so. And now I'm a bit curious now, because my number 5s have like a raised square part in the actual casting here, which goes into like it's like a dip, right, on my number, this one here. Right, you see it's got raised casting under the tote, and there's a dip in it, like a little like a mortise in there for the handle to sit into. Whereas that doesn't have that; it just has that little nipple to go into the handle. So I'm curious now, what is on this one, which will probably fall in 2 pieces, fall apart. Oh my God! Well, it's coming undone, so it's something, I suppose. Like I say, this used to be my father's. Oh God, I've got to remove the frog first, have I? Probably. Oh, it's coming apart in 2 pieces. Let's just remove that frog. Now, the American hand plane's been obviously made ever since the Industrial Revolution and what have you. The American Stanleys. So you've got leaded Bailey and Frederick Stanley. Oh, that's the same. That's the same. Except that's flat there. There's no raised part in the casting whatsoever on that one. And it's, yeah, it's a bit corroded and a bit bent. God's sake. So I want to restore this one at some point. I will see if I can find some components. Is it twisting? Ugh. It's hard to say. What's happened with that? I'll tell you what we're going to do with that. We'll put some oil on it. That'd be a good idea. I'll leave that with some oil and heat it up later if I have to. Hope I don't. Right, doused it in oil I have. Doused it in oil. I'll sort that one out later. Right. So we have. I'll tell you what, let's put that back on there so we can keep that together. I won't lose it. I'm missing a washer in there. That's that one. There you go in there. So I'll put that there. So I've got some bits there. I'm going to put this frog back in so I don't lose that. Let's have a look, see if that actually fits. If that actually, about what I've got. It should go on. Probably because it's actually bent. Possibly would fit actually. So I might put that on there just for. I think I'll probably make a new tote anyway. Let's stay at that. They're not the best totes. With the grain going that way as well, because the grain's going that way, it's obviously it's clearly going to be weak, isn't it? But anyway, I don't care, because what we're going to do, we're going to have a new tote. Before I do that, we're going to clean this one up. We'll flatten the sole probably on the linisher. Now you could use a piece of sandpaper on something like if you've got a cast iron top, and then just literally just sand it back like so. Hello, Sergeant Blub. What, heating it up? Yeah, grey cast iron. That's what's the other iron? Is it ductile? Because I think that's at the Veritas or the Lee Nielsen are ductile. They're not the same. Wasn't a great idea. What have I missed? Around number 4. Greetings, Earthlings, says Billy Kershaw. Spaghetti says, you look like Robert Downey syndrome. Thank you. You're so lovely. Just checking the chat. One old one, Stanley or record. They're both Stanleys. It's not. I don't. It doesn't say Bailey on it. It just says Stanley. Actually, I just realised something. I never noticed this before. Is it a Stanley? It might not be. It's got no Stanley written in the casting anywhere. It's got a Stanley lever cap on it. That is an interesting thought. Is there any numbers on it? So it's got numbers cast on in the casting. Now I'm even more curious now. Did I didn't even notice? So that's the lever cap, which is Stanley. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll see. Right, so the paint on this is actually in good order. That probably just needs a good clean up. A couple of chips down there, I'm more about though. It's just the handplane, the actual sole is pitted and the cheeks are pitted. I'm not particularly worried about that bit being 100% perpendicular with the sole. I'm more worried about the sole being flat. But it's such a short thing. Smooth and plain don't really matter that much, to be fair. Hello, the English picker. Nothing worse than a tight tote. Yes, you don't want a tight tote. You don't. No, don't. Lube your tool if you've got a tight tote. The prices of Stanleys are daft these days. Yes. I wish I bought more from the car boot sales back in the day. Yeah, you pick my like £5. What car boots and what have you. I bought one not that long ago for a member of the family, what have you, and I paid 20 quid for it on eBay. That was about, say not long, about 25 years ago now, I suppose. No, it wasn't. I wasn't 25 years. We're talking about that was, but 15 years. It was before we moved to France. Yeah, but still okay. Around number 4, around 40 to 60 euros, and still a lot cheaper than new ones. Yeah, and the problem with new ones, I can't remember they're made now. Is it Mexico or India or somewhere? They're not particularly great. They work, you get cheap Faithful or stuff like that, and get a bit of TLC, and it won't be bad too. I've got a noodle. A noodle what? It's great for big hands. The best thing is it's all metric, is it? Not a single wide imperial. No BSP threads or anything. Hello, mate. I hope you're well. Gingers, hello there. Yeah, the Veritas. Oh, the Veritases are ductile. They bend instead of break. Oh. Don't drop them then. Lever cap doesn't fit to the age. No, it doesn't. So it's definitely not original. Yeah, it's just like a keyhole, wasn't it, originally? I've got one like that here. Have I got a keyhole? New and hang on, what's up with that one? Yeah, keyhole. Like this number. This is a record, mind. Like that. What about my Bailey number 7? No, that's got the kidney shape. Keyhole in that one. That's number 7. Right. There we come. Hey there, boy. Hello, Wayne Andrews. Hope you're well. Whereabouts in Norfolk are you from? Not just, I was born on the east side of Norwich, and then I moved to a place called Salhouse, and near Wroxham. King's Lynn. God, he's had to stand quite a bit, flying kites down there. What was that light? It's all got a big shadow. What's that got a shadow? Is that? Yeah. Anyway, so should we clean this up? I'm going to start with just some 1200 wet and dry, because then I can polish it up then. And then I'll flatten the sole, clean up the cheeks, and then we'll work on. I'm going to probably see if I can use this chip breaker, if it's in good enough condition. It is. Looks right. Instead of the no meat on that. Look, say that. Yes, my father used to try and squeeze every little bit of life out of stuff. Like he did. And I got that one. That's just a tip. You can see the difference there. Look. See, that's a stay set, record stay set. Right, so it makes you wonder, doesn't it, actually? If that's a record stay set, would that come with that? That wouldn't have been the original one, the Handplane, would it? Anyway, that's the record stay set. So it's a 2-piece chip breaker. A bit like what's in my number 7 here, which is, I think this has got a Clifton chip breaker, but with the Victor hand-forged plane irons. Fit them in years ago. So that was the, I think they're Clifton. I can't remember for the life of me. I think that's Clifton. But the The plain irons are Victor's hand forged. I don't even, if you can get them anymore, to be honest. But it's a lovely tool, this one is. I use this a lot. I do like the thicker plain irons as well. The only thing is, if you install a thicker plain iron in a little smoothing plane, it's a bit pointless really, and something like this. You see, this has got the thicker plain iron, it's got 3mm plain iron in that. You definitely get less chatter. It sounds different as well. I don't think that makes any difference, mine. Does that matter? No. Oh, it sounds lovely. Yes, love the tone of your Handplane. Never on the exhaust. But anyway, if you do fit a thicker plain iron, you have to increase the size of the mouth. And I had to do that on this one. I had to make the mouth, wider. Otherwise, you can't get no shavings out of it. The other thing about it is when you increase the let's have a look. Where's that frog? Okay, when you increase the actual thickness of the chip breaker and the plain iron together, the adjuster here, the plain iron, or sorry, the chip breaker where it makes the adjustment in that slot is further up the actual adjuster. And what happens is then, because it's tapered, you see, so then you get a bit of slop backwards and forwards. You need to, ideally, you need to accommodate that. Otherwise, you have to go quite a way forwards with the knob before it starts engaging. So, they need cleaning up. We'll do them on the all those bits and pieces. We'll do that on the wire wheel. Shall I bring it over here? Could do. No, I'll take you over there. That might make more sense. I've got to go there anyway. So what we're going to do is we'll go to the linisher. I'm going to clean this up on the linisher. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to grab you and I'm going to bring you with us. Yes, I'm going to leave you behind. That's not cheddar. No. Right. Come over here. I'll put you over here. I'll stick the light on as well. What matter? Let's bring it down here. I'll move that over there maybe. A bit more light. Anyway, this is basic a belt sander, and it's I did a few years back. I had this machined on top here, so it's perfectly flat. It's getting a bit worn now, but it still does its job. And all I'm going to do is just gently place that on there in the middle, to one side could be, and just do that a few times. That'll take the worst of it off. Get rid of the pit and what have you. But then I can if I want to, I can get an old belt or something, cut it, and put it on the table saw. I'll cast it on top because it's flat, and then just do it by hand if you want. You don't have to use the linisher. But I like using the linisher because it's quicker and it's noisier. Because it's noisier, I'm just going to put the microphone over here, so I don't bug your eardrums up. There's a high there. There's a high. Oh, it's a high there. High there. You see it there. If you are going to use something like this, you don't want to use a short one. Because what happens, I'm using this area in the middle here, you see, because if you do it at the end, as it's rotating, if you head in slow motion, you'll see some lapping on the ends of the belt, especially on that side, this side here. And what happens is you'll end up wearing your sole more on one side than one end than the other. Whereas if I come all the way up here, I could lap onto the and take more off the back. But you can see what's going on there, can't you? You see all the high areas on there. You know, it's obviously high around the mouth, and it's quite common that it's actually low. I don't know why this is. Obviously, for some reason, this area here always seems to be a bit of a dip. And you see here as well. Actually, it seems to be where the iron is heavier. This area here is where the extra casting is for the knob. This area here is where the extra casting is for the frog. There might be something in that, I don't know. I'm guessing. So there's low there, high. So there's quite a few high spots on this. It could be just over a period of time. It's the stresses in the iron. It says it's grey cast. Have literally dissipated and has just changed its shape a little bit. It's not enough to make a blooming difference to you. No. A long plane, yeah, maybe. Like a number 7 or something, or an 8. So you actually see where that pitting though, how deep it is in places, the area there. I'm not going to get it all out. I don't want to make it too thin. That's what happens when you stick your tools in a tool bag, and you're off to work, and you're either working on site or in someone's house, and it's like I say, it's like peeing down wet rain, and your tools get all wet. It's just kind of how it is, really. But in the workshop, I don't have that worry. Well, I shouldn't do anyway. Got a roof. finished. I haven't finished yet, but I'm going to just get a bit warm. I don't want to get too warm. I have a 36 marble, 36-inch marble threshold from Lowe's, obviously United States. Happens to be flat. Crikey, that's very flat. So you just stick the old sandpaper and go up and down. Because what I've done in the past, literally put it on the old table saw on here, which is pretty flat. And I've done that. I haven't got a big old bit of marble. It'd be quite nice to have a big old bit of marble. Doing them, sort of, you can have a go with sandpaper sharpening them as well, can't you? Oh, there we go. Sorry again. He could afford a Lee Nielsen if he sold out to the politicians. No, don't do it. All right. I'll tell you what, we're waiting for that to cool down. I'm going to get some other components and I'm going to attack it on the old wire wheel. Clean everything up. So that's the frog. So when you take that screw out of there, you try and remove as much stuff as you possibly can. Otherwise, what happens is you put it on the wire wheel, unwind it, and you drop on the floor. It's not very helpful. Now I should now be able to. Remember, the thread on here is a reverse thread, so it's a right-hand thread. So I need to try and remove that completely. I'm probably going to leave that yoke in there. Stirrup, sorry. Yeah, I'll leave that in there. There's actually, you can remove, and there's a rivet in there, but it's actually pretty sound. So I'll just clean that up. I don't need to do much with that. So it's clockwise to undo. I would love Nielsen planes and stuff. And a screwdriver. You often see YouTubers with like rows of Nielsen, don't you? You know. I wonder why that is. Do you think they might have been bribed with Nielsen just because they want, they want you lot to see them? Probably. One day, maybe. One day. Right. So I need to clean this up because it's pretty nasty. Everything's pitted. It's rusty. Everything's rusty. This isn't the worst though. That flipping rebate plane's in a hell of a state. That again was my father's. You know, he's a bit of a sod with that sort of stuff. Where's the rest of that chip breaker? That's the wrong chip breaker. I want to see if I can use this stay set because it is. I'll have to grind it up there because it's a funny old shape now. It's all like see, it's not. Yeah, it's not straight anymore. And if you want to hold the edge of your plane iron sturdy, you need the chip breaker assembly has to be able to press down neatly and firmly on the reverse side of your plain iron. Also, you don't want the chips getting stuck underneath there, and everything just jams up then. Just gums up, it does. It just gums up. So, got to use a frying machine. Right, let's take that out of there. I don't want to lose anything. Let's start with that, shall we? Here we go. This is when I hopefully I don't catch my fingers on it. No, I've got a bit of a problem with the light here, haven't I? Tell you what, let's grab one of these lights. I've got these little battery ones here. I'll stick one of these on the rear somewhere. A bit. Well, that's better. What do you want better than here? Let's do that. That's still. Yeah, let's do that. goes on there like so. Now what you can do is you can put a little centre punch in there and that'll stop it falling off constantly. Or make it a little bit tighter anyway. But that one needs wire brushing up, and then I'm going to shape that on the linisher. Literally just by going like that. Let's get the wire brush first. Rest that'll do with a diamond sharpeners flat in the back of it, because the back's got to be flat. Hopefully it'll be a bit better. Hopefully. We'll clean out some 12 in the wet and dry as well. Right, so that's good. Right, there are bits to do. Don't need S7 sheet, I'm not going to use that at the moment. It's rusty. You could afford the lead also. I got to save a number 7 from the metal bin, and it was predate World War One. Blimey, that is old. And still had rosewood. Nice. Yeah, a lot of the later ones. I don't know what's on these later ones. Beach normally. I didn't want to take that thread out of there to clean it up because it's how I'm going to grip it. I'm going to grip it, I'm damaging the thread because you're trying to grip it to unscrew it. And that is a reverse thread. So if you did want to remove it, you'd have to do it in the clockwise direction. So the lever is cleaned up. I've cleaned the bed up. Ideally, I don't really want to remove that. You can remove the lever, but you see it's riveted, and you have to like with a ball peen hammer tap it around, to dome it over. Ideally, I would like to actually flatten this, but you can't do it with the little stirrup in the way and the actual lever in the way because they're proud, you see. So I'm going to leave it. So basically, a number 4. I'm not so worried. So that needs a bit more TLC. Don't need any wire brushing. Needs a little bit more time on the linisher. So we'll do that in a minute. Before we do this, get these ovens cleaned up. Oh, the magnets stick to everything. Right, we've got the little brass knob. So that's a later one. The early ones had a much smaller diameter. And then we've got these brass fittings there and all the screws. Right, I'll drop it on the floor. Oh, blimey! Fingers and thumbs. Again! I'll do that inside it with a drill with a wire wheeler. We've got to remember that these threads, right, when you've got to make sure that if you use a wire wheel of any kind, if I used it so it's going that way, on this side, I'd unwind itself and shoot itself across the room. So you have to do it from the opposite direction, otherwise you'll lose your brass nuts. People are probably getting angry with me now because I'm taking all the patina off the brass. Oh, I don't care. It's a using tool. do. And that one there. Oh, and this the adjuster plate for the frog. And then what's got there? Then it's just a bit more finishing on this. But I think what we'll do is we'll leave that for a minute. Let's get these three bits cleaned up first. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a start on the knob. Not the knob, the tote. We will be making a knob another day, but not today. Needs a bit more work. Oh, got all grubby hands now. Or should I just quickly do this? Ooh, go on then. Why I did these top edges, it's because whenever you get the paint on there, they don't do it because it's more difficult to do, whereas they just flatten the sides and up to the paint and whatever. But when you got the enamelling on there, it always chips off on the corners, doesn't it? did exactly the same thing on this number 5 here. So I polished up all the tops like so. Yeah. Otherwise they literally just chip. And I've got really grubby hands now. Really grubby hands. Right, I need my microphone. There it is. Just gonna grab the other bits. We'll be in a minute. Okie dokie. Okay. Have I got any baby wipes in there? Oh no, I'll clean my hands with some Windley, that'll do. Right. Rag is a rag. Right, let's cut out the tote. I'll go back to the metal stuff in a moment, but I want to cut this tote out. So, then we'll just to mix it up a bit, you know, be a bit closer. Right, so we need one of those. Right, they go on there, but the other way around, on there. But it's got to fit because in the day the original ones on number 4s are smaller than these ones, you see. So I've got this piece of quarter sawn oak, like so. What I'm going to do is, I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to draw around this one first, my template, and then a pencil, that'll do. Then I can look at actually, how thick is it? Oh, it's about right width. It is right width, that's good. But there I reckon. This one's a little bit taller and a little bit longer, so I'm going to have to change it a little bit to suit. Otherwise it won't fit. That's going to be going about there. Like so. It's a little bit too tall. A little bit of artistic license. I think that's about right. The easiest way to cut that out will be on the bandsaw, I reckon. Probably that one. Could cut it out with a coping saw. Could even use forcing a bit and drill out the thumb holes, the finger portions first. But I'm going to use a bandsaw. Use a fret saw even. That'll do it. But I'm still going to use the bandsaw. Hello, Cosman. Cheers, Mad Monk. Carl Vago says, I've got a number 7 from a metal bed. Oh yes, I've spread that one already, and still got the rosewood as well. All the rosewood on the knob and the tote, I imagine. So, Regan, hey, I know this guy. I know you too, Regan. Hope you're well, my friend. Non-electric and non-hydraulic and full size. What? Right. I'm going to go over to here. We'll use this little electric beckon, a bandsaw. It's got a 1/4 inch skip tooth on there, I think it is. A skip tooth. Full TPI. See, your thrust bearing here, which is the bearing at the back of your... Can you see it bearing? There's a little bearing just there. Let's bring it around a little bit. That bearing there, right? It shouldn't be touching the blade. Ideally, that shouldn't rotate unless you're putting pressure against the blade. So if I turn it on, only just skimming it. See? And it should only start rotating if there's actually pressure on it. Bring it down a bit. Right. That goes under all the way. Left to the way. And the guides should be just behind the teeth, which they are. And the same with the ones at the bottom as well, which they are. This is like a hybrid. This has got the roller guides at the top here, and the ones at the bottom are carbon. And then obviously roll the guide. basic shape there. Now, I wasn't too worried about. I could have changed the blade for a smaller one, you know, 4mm or something. I could be bothered. But these are going to be done with a rasp anyway to shape it up. You see, at the moment, I don't really want a square tote. No, because it'd be rather uncomfortable. Yeah, sort of defeating the object, isn't it? So I'm going to clean all these up with the rasp and shape this up and do all the rounds with a rasp, I reckon. That's what I normally do. That's what I did last time, it is, yeah. Right. They're quite easy to make totes, to be fair, aren't they? It's just a block of wood, isn't it? You know, the most annoying thing, the hardest thing, is actually getting that old line up. And if you haven't got a drill bit, I think I have actually. If I've got one long enough, it'll be right. But if you haven't, you've got to try and line it up, which can be a pain in the neck. But for now, I'm not worried about that. I'm more concerned about shaping the thing up so it actually becomes a tote. So there's going to be a bit of a. Do you know what I didn't do? Right, I'll tell you what I could do. Problem is, I'm going to put it in here, I'm not going to get any angle with the file. That's an issue, isn't it? Yeah, with the rasp, sorry. Because the thickness of the jaws of my voice, the angle I'm not going to get there. Go that way, I suppose. The ideal thing would be if I could actually screw something to the bottom of this so I can then position it in the voice. Or a big screw. No, I'll manage. We'll manage. Have to. I need a power carver, that's what I need. Right, I've got a round file there. That there. A rasp, I mean. Let's try these to start with. Surf form thing, they usually work. Oh god, not an oak. Oh, below me. Not so great on oak. Do you know what I need? What's that? What are they called again? Oh, centre. Centre? Rasp? Oh, I feel like getting the machine on it now. The cherry was a lot easier to work, I must admit. A little drum sander. If the missus comes back, I'm going to have to go because I promised to make a tea. I'll have to catch up with this later. We'll see. It's time. Clock. What have I covered the clock up? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's got to be a labour of love, innit? Something that you can do with a chisel, to be fair. To be fair, this is probably the only time I use a rasp when I'm making totes. So it's getting, it gets some shape on that side. Once I've been bringing you around the other way a little bit, I'll tell you what, I'll put you over there. Otherwise, you're not going to see anything. And I'll get that light over here as well. chopping block over here, so I'll stick you on top of my chopping block here. That's my chopping block. Right, here we go again. Bit quiet work now, isn't it? Right over here, I think. Some light on the matter. Yeah, power carver would be good, wouldn't it? Some of this I can do on the linear actually. And some of it you can do by hand. With a chisel. Might do that in a minute. Actually, I could do that back face just with a rotor. With a half rounding colour, that bit. That's got to be shaped that way, that's got to be shaped that way. That'll speed things up. Let's do that. Right with a half rounding. Has that got one in it ready? Nope. Nope. Let's use this one. Oh. Let's use the Mickey. On the rubber mat. Comes to be on the floor for some reason. Half round. That one, maybe. Well, that one's not big enough, I don't think. That one will do. Let's go for that one, I think. Yeah, that one. That's it. There and there. I think that'll do. Alright, I'm going to be really careful not grab and end up chopping the bottom off. That'd be really annoying. So I'm not going to go right to the bottom. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Plug it in. Oh, that's all fun. Alright, gently does it. We really ginger that area there, but that makes light work of that side. A little bit less work to do there then. It's going to have to be round over more than that because it's going to be too square. And actually at the moment I think it's probably too thick as well by quite a bit. So before I do that face, it might make sense to Right, that needs to be a bit thinner. It's going to be blinking awkward. Right. You're not going to... Well, you could plane it with a stop. A stop in the vice. And I'll bet what to do. That will do. Can I carefully plan? See. I also do it with a linisher. Let's try this little block plane. Going to cross the grain, haven't we? That's the problem. No, I don't want the linisher. I'll be quicker anyway. Oh dear. Oh, the sander. Do. Well, that's blunt. These new discs on there, doesn't it? A little hoover, especially attached to a little pipe at the end with holes drilled in it, and it's surprising how quickly it gets the dust out of the way. Oh, I was putting you over here, wasn't I? Right, it's a little bit wider now. A little bit it's wider. It's a bit narrower now. So hopefully that sits onto here. It might need a little bit more off. I've got to shape it that way, taper it in a little bit. Anyway, let's do a little bit more with the router. And if it makes life a little easier. Right, no, so I've got to be really careful here, because that's the end grain there, so, well, you can't see. That's the end grain there, so, and it's on the end, so I'm worried about it, it's the end grain's on the end. Because when I come across here, what's going to happen is it could potentially split that, so I don't want to go that far. Can I get in there a little bit or not? A little bit of here as well. Start grasping that one. There's obviously more work there to do, but at least it's taken some of the, there's less material to remove now, which is good. So I need to make sure what's going on there. I've always felt something there. On a bit funny bit of grain anywhere. There's a bit of flaky grain just there. I'll probably remove that anyway in a minute. Like a little shake. Right. So let's do the top. Oh, God, I get caught up in the handles. I've got a bit of iron in my pants nearly. That's not very good. So let's go that way. See if we can put it never break in it. Because that'll be a good thing. Right, so we'll drop the floor. This is really what a bobbin sander. That'd be really handy. I ain't got one though. I need a bobbin sander, that's what I need. I used to have one because, although it wasn't a prop bobbin sander, it didn't go up and down. It was literally a bobbin sander attachment for my old spindle moulder and shaper. Which was, you stay there, don't break off. Be really careful because in the day we're on the end, the grain's going that way, so it could snap. I obviously don't want that to happen, so I'd like to fit in the object in it. I tend to make these handed, so like this is I'm right-handed, so I'm going to make it so I need handed. I want it to fit in my palm. I don't want it to be just generic. twisters ago. Do. A lot of sanding to do, I reckon, don't you? Huh? Might make a little jig up for the drill. So, there's no more to come off theirs yet. Oh, it's coming. It's getting there. Definitely get there. By the way, hello. You literally just got a 3-finger grip, not a 4-finger grip, because the 4-finger is your pointy finger, right? Yeah, it's not like you're having a cup of tea and sticking a little finger out. No, you know, like royalty and all that, or Jacob Rees-Mogg. No, it's the case these 3 little fingers there fit onto your grip, and that one goes down the side of the frog. I don't generally, I'll show you on how this one. You know, some people I've seen they put the finger there, all right, stabilise plane. I actually quite like just under the frog, just there. That's why I put it in. It helps hold the plane straight. That's one thing I quite liked about, where's the other old frog? Other old frog, oh, there it is. This one. Oh shit, I'll drop the screws on the floor. All right, let's grab them before I lose them. Oh, crikey. Crikey, they'll wobble here. All right, let's put them over here so I don't lose them. The casting in this old frog here, whether it's a record one, whether it's a standard, I don't know. But here, it's rounded. It's got a nice shape to it. So when you've got your finger down the side there, your finger fits in there without it feeling on like sharp edges or like square edges and stuff. Whereas the this one here, look at the difference between the two. That is like perpendicular. It's just like, you know, it's not so it's not rounded like that one. You can see that it's got a bit of a shape to it, a rounded shape into it. Can you see that? What way have you got to put it? And that one hasn't. That one's you still, you know, it's still okay, but it's not as comfortable as that old frog. It's a comfy frog, that one. Now, it might not sound like much, but if you're using your tools all day long, you want them comfortable, you know? Either you're going to have carpal tunnel syndrome, like I have, or had. I had operations since about these days. I still get a few problems, but nowhere near what it was. What a flat rasp as well. Eeny, meeny, miny, that will do. That will do. What's that one like? Oh, let's try more, just the hell of it. And I've got yeah, you see on this side here, I'm going in deeper on this side than I will be on this side. This side, it won't be going as deep because you're actually on the fold of your knuckle there, yeah? Whereas that distance between that knuckle and that knuckle for me is not as wide as this. Now, that's what makes them uncomfortable. So if you get your hand to fold where your knuckles are, yeah, and it comes around on the knuckle, it'll be a darn sight more comfortable. It's not there yet, obviously. It's all rough. Yeah, it's a Cinto rasp. They're very good. I did have one, but I lost it years ago, and it was blunt anyway, so it wouldn't be a lot good. Everything from this area here upwards, it don't really matter what shape you've got, whatever shape you like, whatever suits you. And if you haven't got a hand, you can put some sort of bayonet fitting on it, you know, if you go onto your false arm. Crikey, which James Bond was that? Oh, I've got to sand all those cuts, rasp cuts out as well. I could do a bit with a file, I suppose. Using the actual router really helped though. So if you look on this, it looks lopsided now, but it isn't. It's meant to be. It's meant to be like more this side, that side, like I said. So just keep trying, keep feel what's right for you. Certainly getting there. More on the right side there. Hello, Sebastian. I've got a dog. A white one. A white Dalmador. Oh dear, alright then. There you go. You want a treat, do you? Hey? Do you want a treat? Is that what you want? What are you going to do for it? What are you going to do today? You going to roll over? Or you just, oh, you're getting old. Good boy. Yeah. Hey? I know. Do another one. Oh, I need to do your teeth, mate. They're a bit smelly. I have to de-tartar the dog's teeth occasionally. Because they do, the dogs, I didn't realise, dog teeth don't half build up with tartar. Oh, crikey, oh, Wally here now. Oh, blimey, Wally. What you like, my friend? What you like? Workshop dogs. What's this, Wally? What is it? Right. Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. It's Wally's, not yours. I just had two. Right. Anyway. What are they like? Freaking on the rigging, on the planking. Oh, do. Right, there you go. God, I really want a flip and bobbin sander now. Where's that salt? So we can check, in the shape of that. What are we doing? Down. Riding off the edge. That's it. What do you want, Wally? La-da-da. What's up, my little Wally dog? You need something. Is it more treats you need? Don't you think I'd enough? Huh? You say, well. He has to sniff everything that he eats or is given. It's like you don't trust me. Don't you trust me, Wally? You should do by now. 14 odd years. You should trust me by now. Good. Karen will come in a minute and she'll say, "What? I thought you were making something for the house." I've got a bit of a job on this weekend. We've decided to put a wood burner in my office. We spend a lot of time in there in the winter. And we've been using electric heating in there, and it's cost a fortune now. So we decided to put a wood burner in there and put that wood burner on instead of the one in the lounge, because we spend so much time in the office. So we've had a move about with sofas. There used to be a sofa where the wood burners going, you see. But on the other side of the wall where the sofa was, you see, there's a flue, which used to be where we used to have an Argo, which we got rid of years ago. It was a pain in the neck. And it was old and it was rotten as well, so it had to go. So anyway, we had this Argo in there, and we've got the flues already. We put a flue liner in. So it's already there. So it makes sense to go through the wall for the wood burner and straight up the flue. It's already there. Makes sense. And we were humming and hawing putting a pellet burner in there, but because I'm recording there sometimes, if you don't know about pellet burners, they constantly, the fans are constantly going, so it's noisy. Because we already have one pellet burner in the house. We have got central heating. We've got a wood-fired boiler next door. We've got a big old 40-watt jobby. It's a great thing, but it eats wood. It's just crazy. It's crazy the amount of wood we get through if we put that on. And it's only me and Caroline in the house most of the time, you know. So it's different when we had the kids at home here, you know, in France, and it was you know, a bit more of a house full. But now there's no point. You'll get residual heat from the other rooms anyway, and we have got a wood burn in the lounge. And the only thing is we've got radiators everywhere, do you know what I mean, which we're not using. Maybe later, we'll see. We could change the boiler over something a little bit more, yeah, I know, something that will work with the radiators is. I know heat source, air pump won't. It's a different system altogether. Oh, in you get. Oh, coming along now. Still got a whole load of sanding to do. Oh God, dreading that. Right, and there as well. The shape is good now. I can feel that. That's sort of, yeah, it feels good. Need to do something in the back here, that ain't right. I can feel it on my hand. I'll get sore hands, I will. Don't want to get sore hands, no. I cut myself enough times, I don't need to have sore hands as well. Now, what do I use a smoothing plane for? Smoothing wood, obviously. I've got another one up there which has got a scrub blade in it. Plane iron. So I use them as a scrub plane. But you have to have a different plane iron, plus the mouth needs to be bigger to cope. Or you just buy a scrub plane, one or the other. But you can convert a number 4 into a scrub plane quite handy. It's good for removing a lot of material. Say if you're jointing the boards together and you want to level them through before you start using smoothing plane on them. Ideal for that, they are. I suppose I could run a file over there in a minute to get rid of some of the old rasp marks, and then go over to the sandpaper. The old rasp is a bit aggressive. Let's move it up a bit. I got this funny old thing off Temo, and you got a file. That's all right. Get some chalk. That's what I need, some chalk. Some. You got like 2 rasps, flat and a round, and then a flat and a round file on it. I was about £5 or something. It's only cheap. But chalk works quite well. Because what it does is the chalk will fall out, and instead of having like resinous wood stick in there, the chalk stops it from sticking in the file, so it gets blunt so quickly or clogged so quickly. Yeah, files work. That'll get rid of a lot of the nasty stuff. I'll get the other files though for that. It's got a handle on them. Right, that needs more work there, which is the right hand side of the handle. So you all right, Wally? You all right down there? What's wrong? Did you eat all your food? I didn't ask Mummy, did I? Did you eat all your food? Probably not. What he tends to do, he doesn't eat all his food, known for well that, you know, we're a soft touch, and we'll give him treats. Spoils your dinner, doesn't it, Wally? Something good there. Right, let's just look in there. Getting there, you. Right, we're getting there. God, cost of materials at the moment here in France. I know, but in the UK it's really bad. I don't know what's like in the United States at the moment, but it seems like everything's getting more and more expensive. Yeah, in building, whether it be cement or timber, especially plywood. Plywood's a horrendous price. And even like MDF and what have you, it's expensive now. I don't use MDF anyway to put there. Well, I'm playing about with it at the moment regarding the for the lasers. I quite like the look of laser engraving on the MDF. It's quite uniform, works quite well on MDF. And that's smoother. So how's that doing there? A bit more out there, just there. That's really nice there. A bit more. This bottom bit needs a bit more. Like I say, it's whatever fits your mitts. See a bandsaw cut there. There's no front screw on this one. It's you just got this one, central screw. That's the same with most smoothing planes, if not all of them. Excuse me, files. Right. It's a bit of carving, really, isn't it? Without a chisel. I think we're at the stage to do some sanding now. Fill it. Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. It just needs to be a downside smoother in the sense that it's like rough. Right. So a bit more for there, I think. There. Cool. Let's get some paper. I did have a load of paper stuck to stuff, like bits of, what we call it, broom handle and shit like that. I don't know what I've done with them all. I'd have thought it'd been in here, but it's not. Right, we've got some different papers. I don't know what they're not in there, are they? That's odd. What have I done with that? Nope, not in there either. Where art thou? Strange. Right, I'll just find a bit of broom handle. Ooh. Oh, I've got this bottom grate clamp. I might do this live, I don't know. I've got a few really heavy clamps, but I found this one, which is seized up. So I've whacked more than that soak. See what happens with it. It's what? I don't know, what was that, 5 foot? Is that 5 foot? Or 4.5 foot? Sash clamp. FDL one. Just found it in the barn 8 years ago. I haven't used it since I've been here because it's always been in a bit of a mess. So, where are the dominoes? I can use one of those. Wrap a bit of sandpaper around. A bit. I can see you, Wally. I can see you. I've already given you treats and no more. You get as fat as me, you will. Hello, Brian Martin. You need a MIDI router. I have got a palm router. I quite fancy one of them power carvers. So you can't have absolutely everything, though, can you? You know, I might use a semi cloth, every paper. I'll use that for something else. Ugh. I've got this crappy stuff here. What's that? That's 150. It's not cool stuff, really, for this stage. Got some of that here. Crappy yellow stuff. That's what I normally use. I normally just use like, I'm losing my voice. Sanding discs is what I normally use. Am I ignoring you, Wally? You getting anxious? You getting annoyed because am I ignoring you? It's basically a domino from a domino down a 12mm. Let's bring that mat a bit closer. I'm getting a bit congested here with stuff. Right. This bit's tedious. Oh, been nice. I'm watching the time. Oh, crikey. All right. I don't know if I'm about to finish it today, actually, because my battery will run out. Maybe I should have just done the tote and done the other bit another day, or vice versa. That might make more sense, mightn't it? Remember last time I put a little drum sander, a small drum sander in an electric drill. So I'll be standing on a log over there. Staring at me. Then he looks at the floor. Oh, what have you dropped on the floor for? Like, nothing. Sorry, Wally. I can't keep giving you treats. You should eat your proper food. Yeah, we go to a lot of trouble for their food, we do. We cook vegetables and stuff and that, you know. And meat. And, they do have a bit of biscuit as well, but sometimes have, you know, we're doing pasta and rice and occasional tortilla. He loves roasted courgette. Oh, I've got the magpies in the garden at the moment. I can hear them. Yeah, we're getting a lot of winter birds coming in now as well. Robins, and still got those sparrows, masses of sparrows. They're still here. We've got a bit of some jasmine up the wall in the back of the house, and it's climbing plant with like white flowers. But the sparrows seem to love it. They sort of they kind of it's like a meeting ground for them, and you get about must be a couple hundred in there, you know, the sparrows. You walk past, and all of a sudden all of them fly out at the same time, like flying rats. I'm quite looking forward to restarting our tree plant, which we're going to be doing very soon. The ground's nice and moist now, it keeps raining, so that's plus side to the rain. Yeah, back on there again. So we'll be making those signs and stuff for people who donate for our tree planting project. Got to make a bench as well. To put one of the arbours that we're planting. This sort of thing you do when you're a rocking chair, isn't it? I did a rocking chair. We used to have one actually. We need an old rickety one to sit on the porch so you can rock with your shotgun. So it's definitely looking better than this one, for instance. I'll have to have one over there, but so that's the one off the that old Handplane, which is not handed at all. So it's like they're not comfortable for they really aren't. You might be right for you, but it depends how much work you're doing with it. But it's I don't like them. I don't like them. Once you got a tote like my tote, you won't go back. You won't. No, you won't go back. What I'll do is I haven't done it yet. I need to do this. I'll put it on the Patreon or whatever it is. I've got it on there. Can't I? Do it. Put on there for free or something. So you just download patterns and stuff. You've still got to bear in mind that yours might not be 100% the same. Because the Handplanes they change over the years. Plus, the smoothing planes have got a smaller tote than the my number 6s and 7s and stuff. 6s and 7s. I'm all 6s and 7s, I am. There you go. I've got a whole load of crappy sandpaper around there. I didn't buy it, that's just stuff accumulated from somewhere. And it's I realised just chuck it really. You know the kind of stuff that you use a couple of times and all the grit falls off and you lift the paper, that kind of stuff. Or some Oakley or Atlas. Ooh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Sometimes you can't beat your hands. You want carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh, it's no fun, carpal tunnel syndrome, I tell you. Crikey. It's I've had the operation on both hands, and before I had the operation, there wasn't a night that went past where I got woke up on my head because my hands are like feeling like they're got pins and needles. And the only way you could get rid of it was hanging a arms out the bed. So you get a new one at a time, really. I'm out the bed, and then you'd be lower than your body, basically. Well, probably lower than your heart. So and then it'd stop. Then you get comfortable again. You bring your arms back in the bed, it all starts again. So it's not much fun. They have to clear the way through the thing called carpal tunnel. It's like a passage where the nerves and the tendons travel, and what happens is the tendons heal at night, and then they swell up and squash the nerves. And if you've got a lot of scar tissue in that area around the palm, you'll it'll squeeze the nerves, and that's why you get the pins and needles, or in some cases pain. There we go. That's it with sanding. What's your favourite sandpaper? Well, I quite like aluminium oxide. Paper's quite good. I'll tell you what I'll try is some those tungsten sanding discs, pads you can get for your DA sanders or your random orbit sanders, and they're expensive, but they last forever. Because it hit nails and screws. Or they're diamond or tungsten carbide or something. Wearing holes for this shitty old paper now. We're certainly getting there. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Right, there we go. We do have a Patreon, and also there's the super chats and stuff like that if anyone wants to support the channel. Like, obviously, it encouraged me to go live then, you see. I'll do more of it. And obviously we've been able to do some projects as well. We recently got a cabinet live. Pallets. I've never done that, actually, pallet projects before. I was so impressed. It turned out really well. It didn't look like pallets. Yeah, I just basically used the wood. But it's obviously rough sawn, and you get little holes and stuff like that. But it really added to it. I was very pleased with it. And I did a sort of lime wash finish on it. That's in our showroom. And got a mirror door and that. Really good. So we decided we're going to do the basin cabinet. At the moment, it's got something that we bought. It's crap, raw crap, and it's it came as a kit actually, as a set. You had the basin, the sort of one flat kind of quite nice basin, a tap, and the cabinet. But the cabinet was rubbish. The tap was rubbish. It didn't last 5 minutes really. Well, actually, it lasted a little while, but then we changed it because it broke. It wouldn't turn off. At the time, I think it's because we just wanted a quick fix. We wanted to get, it's 3 years ago now. And I'm not keen on chipboard type units. I'm not keen, I don't like them. I know some people swear by what they like them, but I think they're awful. That's just me, everyone to their own. So I'm going to get rid of it, because what it does is confirm my bias. And I'm going to make one out of pallet wood again, like I did the wall cabinet, because that did turn out well. Looking good. Oh. Nice about wooden handles is they don't sweat. You've got all these things with these rubbery bits on, or like that. They go a few years, there's the non-stick, the grippy bit, it goes sticky. It all breaks down. It goes sticky. I've got some rather expensive speakers I had bought a few years ago. Monitor speakers for my computer, passive ones. Really good speakers. And the little on-off volume knob on them is gone all sticky. You know, I've got things in the car that's gone all sticky, like the rubberized gear knob. It's gone sticky. I just keep scraping it until it's back down to the plastic again. That's so flipping awful. You think they'd learnt the lesson by now, but they're still putting that stuff on shit, aren't they? We're getting there. It feels really good. Oh. See, your fingers just fall into place. It feels good. My little pointy finger. So, yeah, still more sanded to do though. Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? A little bit. Right, here we go. And all I'll do with this is lacquer it, not lacquer it, oil it. I don't want lacquers. I want the wood to be able to soak in my sweat. Yes. So I can add to the patina. It becomes a part of me, literally. All right. It's time. How am I doing for power? Yeah, I'm getting a bit low. So I'll be making a knob for this as well. So we'll get a shot of that thing. And I'll do one more. I'll do my mushroom knob. Yeah, maybe not as big as that. Could be, because that's taller, that one is. So if you wonder what I'm doing, that's the tote on this one, which I did quite a while ago now. And I don't know, early this year or was it last year? Earlier this year I did that. Or was it last year? I can't remember now. Right, there we go. Oh, you got a veneer press. Oh, that'd be nice. I used to do a bit of veneer work years ago. I've actually got a whole load of glue over there for veneering. I haven't done veneering for years. I used to use a vacuum press years ago. And before I had that, I had a press, a screw press. Vacuum press is good. Not a lot of use for doing veneering when you're making windows and doors. That's the sort of thing I was doing here. Mainly, not recently so much. Not since a certain political event in the UK. It damaged my business. But there you go. Spilt milk and all that. Spilt milk. Right. Uniform. You just wing it, can't you? Just wing it. Obviously, when you use the rasp, you're obviously going to have a lot of gouges and what have you. There we go. Hey, Aaron Maguire, I didn't see that. Cheers, buddy. My kid wants to know where my dialect is from. Norfolk. Yeah, that's east of England. So they are with the arse end of the county. There's you got Norwich, and we've got a place called Salhouse in Norwich. And yes, cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. And yeah, it was a nice place to live actually, Salhouse. You had the Norfolk Broads, the Salhouse Broads, and and we bought a house there years ago, and then we sold it and decided to move here in France. And I don't regret it at all. It's actually a very nice place to live, and I'm happy if I can play in my workshop and stuff like that, make stuff, even just for customers and that. And I'm not like a pub guy or anything like that. I don't go to the pubs or anything like that, so I used to years ago, but didn't really enjoy it, if I'm honest about it. It's just not me. I just like to tinker and play and, play with my toys in my workshop. There's another reason why I think it's a good idea to pimp up your tools, personalise your tools and stuff like that. Look after, even just restoring them so they're in nice condition. You're more likely to look after them. They become more of an extension of you, if it makes any sense, instead of just something that's been manufactured. That's like the other thing about obviously having to work hard and save up the money to buy your tools. And I've bought my tools over a very long period of time. I've been gifted tools as well over the years. My father passed away, and he was a woodworker, well, a boat builder, and I've got a lot of his tools as well. But most of his stuff was worn up. This was my father's, so I've restored that. That was an old time number 5, Stanley Bailey, and that was in almost as bad condition as, where's it gone? Oh yeah, this one. This was my father's as well. Give you an idea how he looked after his tools. This terrible stuff. It's got a big chunk out of the front here as well. The tote was actually just held together with the bolt. The plain iron's got no meat on it at all. It's amazing how he used to build such beautiful stuff. Highly skilled man. He used to do a lot of work on churches and stuff as well, actually. He originally did his training at Carter's in Norfolk, and and then Bullen's Builders. They were also an undertaker as well. So on Saturdays, my dad used to be the boy that walked in front of the coffins. So a long time ago, obviously. He died in 2016. There you go. My great-grandfather, who was a George cat, he was, oh God, I have actually got some of his stuff, some of his tools actually here, kicking about, actually stacked in bags actually, shopping bags. There's just so much of it, I need to go through it. And there's lots of old mould and planes and all that sort of stuff. And he used to make all his own tools, you see, and he just do all this tempered steel and what have you on the fire, garden fire. He was such a skilled man. And if anyone knows Norwich, it was my grandfather, great grandfather, built a lot of the cabinets in the Castle Museum, like the cabinets where the famous tea sets in and stuff like that, and the cabinets where the stuffed animals are. The lion. Was it lion or the tiger? I can't remember now. Highly skilled man. He had machines when many hand tools. When my father was working at Bullen's Builders, which was off on Fank Roadway, I think it was, and he was he had to go and fix like sash windows, and go around fixing all these sash windows. But he had a cart, a wooden cart with all his tools in, because he couldn't park anywhere around there. They wasn't parking. Hardly anyone had cars in those days. Farm cars. But anyway, that's what they used to do. They used to go around with a cart, like a wooden barrow with your tools in. And you have to go, they'd go around and fix them and rebalance the weights and what have you for the old sash windows. That shut down actually quite recently, Bullens did. I was there for years. Like I say, it was also an undertaker. What is it about, what's it, Barbers? Another builders in Norwich called Barbers, and they also were an undertaker. Is it because they could build the coffins and stuff because they had workshops? Maybe that's what it is. So when you get in there, still got some little lumps they got to go. That's going to be a labour of love. I'm not saying I need a rocking chair. And get them with whittling knives and stuff and start whittling away. Yeah. You know how it is. Bit past with whittling knives now, to be honest. So even like that, I made that. Little whittling knife, marker knife I made as well, which is, oh, blimey. So it's just like, that's a piece of saw blade. So it's, there's so many tools you can make, rotor planes, rebate planes, you ain't got to go out there and spend a lot of money. To be fair, actually, this one here, which is actually reasonably old, but I don't know how long I've had it for. But I restored it the other day. I didn't use it for a long while, but it was a little bit shitty. And I've got my father's old one, which is over the back there as well. It's on that bench on the back there, and which is in hell of a state. Anyway, I cleaned this up the other day. That's come up really nice. But you can still buy these. They're not that expensive either. I think they're about 120 euros I saw. But newsstand, these aren't great. I suppose they work. You probably need to do a bit of work to them, make them really usable. Stanley Sweetheart range, nothing like the proper old Sweethearts. They were good, they were. But those new Sweethearts, there's so much slop in them. They don't work very well. And they're quite uncomfortable to use. Sometimes you're better off with just a wooden plane, And the best plane for your first plane would not be the number 4, it'd be a number 5, and preferably a 5.5, which is a little bit wider than the 2-inch or 50mm number 4. Oh, if only I had a bob and sander. I'll get it in there, that'll be all be done by now. Yeah, I've still got a load of marks from the bandsaw there. I don't want to leave them on. Can help it. But the wife isn't back yet. What's the battery doing? Ooh, not good. Not good. The battery's not good. What are you working on? Well, I'm making a tote for this little hand plane here because I like my pattern tote. I find this pattern very, very comfortable. And there's a right-handed pattern, so it fits my hand just snug, right? Just like I've done on this one here. Yeah, so it's slightly bigger tote on there because it's got a bigger base. But on number 4 it's a bit shorter. So yeah, and this one's in oak this time. That one's in cherry. The ones I've done behind me, in my cabinet behind me there, they're all in oak. But I actually stained them as well, made them a bit darker, but I don't think I'll bother that. Let the sweaty patina do the job for me. What do you reckon? I could oxidise it, make it black. The thing is, this is a nice piece of quarter sawn, this is. It's got some fleck in it. If you can see that. Is that a fleck? I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, if you do things for yourself, I think you value them more, don't you? You know, it's like, earn your own money and stuff like that, and it's just you value stuff. And I've had this kind of conversation with my kids and stuff quite a bit because I spend money on mobile phones. My daughter-in-law, she puts it in her back pocket and takes the trousers down and go to the toilet. And obviously, when you take trousers down, your pockets go upside down. She keeps dropping phones. Actually, my daughter-in-law and my daughter have done that and dropped the phone in the toilet. My son's lost his. He just bought one recently and he's already lost it. I said, you've got to think to yourself, well, how much time do you spend on it? So what's it worth to you? You do all your business on it, okay. It's a quite important thing, isn't it? You look after them, make sure you put them in decent cases and screen protectors and stuff like that. And not in your pockets. That's the worst thing you can do with mobile phones, put them in your pockets. They fill up with dust in the USB-C connectors and what have you. And then you're wondering why you can't charge because you push your USB-C connector, USB-C charge cable into the socket and it's full of crap in the bottom and it won't go all the way down. The old micro ones were bad as well for that. Come on, you must have done that. And for me, obviously with mobile phones, they get dusty. Got that one over there, that's probably getting all dusty. And that's my user. That's what I use all the time. Now I've got that one, and I've got a Google Pixel 6 Pro, which was my son's. He gave that to me. Actually, my son gave me that one as well. Well, no, I bought it off him actually, to be fair. Yeah, so my OnePlus 6 I bought that. Then I started getting Matthew's hand-me-downs. I don't know why he changes it because they're perfectly good phones. He doesn't do anything that really requires a new phone. But I really like the OnePluses. They're really well built. And the cameras are good. The camera's good on the Google Pixel. But it's that awful build quality. The screen feels like tappy. It's just, don't like them. I wouldn't buy a Google Pixel. Not after owning one. Because of obviously YouTube and stuff like that, I quite often use the phone I mainly use the phone for the short videos that I do. Because this makes perfect sense, you see. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's getting smoother. I'll get rid of all the old rasp marks. Don't want rasp marks. That's all raspy. I want that. You could argue that gives you what if that would work? It gives you extra grip. Maybe I suppose you could do that. Well, that makes more sense. Just do that. What have I done with all my little sanding tools? There's been a lot of changes around there recently. I want to do some more changes. I want to sort out my cabinets over there. And the walls I'm going to paint grey. Sort of mid-grey. Battleship grey. Eventually, maybe, I don't know. Probably pointless, but there you go. That's doing it. That's working. Why not think of that earlier? Well, Caroline's not back yet, my dear missus. But I will have to go in a minute because my phone will just run out of battery. And it'll be gone anyway. And even though the adapter that I've got in the phone at the moment, which has got the microphone plugged in, another thing I hate about modern phones is the fact you have to have adapters now to plug in external microphones and stuff. Absolutely ridiculous. It's supposed to have a pass-through, so you're supposed to charge you go, but it doesn't recognise it. The phone doesn't recognise the charging. If you use the little adapter through the, try to charge through the adapter, which is quite annoying. My other videos and stuff, I'm using my camcorder a lot more now. I've got a little 4K Panasonic camcorder. I think it's brilliant. Nice thing about camcorders, people think, oh, you can get your videos on your phone and stuff like that, which you can, yeah, you get good videos on the phone. But the camcorders come with ridiculous zoom lenses. You know, that one I've got, it's got a 36 times zoom lens. It's like having a 400mm lens, you know? And the quality is brilliant. And phones tend to be quite digitised. They might look good on your phone and stuff, but when you start zooming right in, you can see all the pixelation and stuff, you know. It's all like digitised, isn't it? Everything's digitised to enhance this, enhance that. I think I'm pretty much there. Right, it does need a bit more. See a bit more down there than he's doing, but I'm going to leave that for the minute. And the next job I'm going to have to do is drill the holes and make it, basically fit it before I start. Before I decide to treat it with anything. I've also got to clean that plane up. So I think that's going to be in the next stream. So let's just check that chat. Just like I said, so that's so far so good. So that's the right hand side. Yeah, still need a bit more sand in that, but yes, that's the right hand side. And if you look on the other side, it's actually deeper. That's where my fingers come around. So yeah, that way my hand's always in exactly the same position on the tote. There's none of this, being a little bit higher or lower. It's always in the same position. So I get the same mechanical memory every time. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. All right. You can disagree as much as you like. I don't care. Anyway, let's bring it a bit closer and let's check that chat. Oh, dear me. Cheers. No, it's not yellow beer. It's just orange lemon drink. How do you make the knob on a lathe or with a knife? You can do either. Now, the one on here, this one, I did using the lathe. And I got a lathe, my lathe's in the corner there, see? So that's how I made this one. I laminated a piece of cherry and a piece of walnut together. I don't know if I'll do that again because that just caused problems with the glue and stuff. So, keep coming apart, so I keep re-gluing it. It was a nuisance. So it's 2 bits of walnut and a bit of cherry in the middle. Which is, it's nice. So I did that anyway. So that was done on the lathe. And I didn't use a pattern for that. I just kind of just went, I think it's fairly obvious. I'm not trying to make more everything exactly the same, as long as it's somewhere there and it feels right, And this plane is lovely to use. No, this one is a very nice plane. It makes a difference. It really does make a difference. It might sound silly, always, funny shaped totes and what have you, but it does make a difference. And especially if you're using a tool all day long. Because your hand isn't the shape of the tote that they supply you with, is it? It's like this, your hand isn't that shape, is it? Right? Oh, the missus is back. Got to make her food, I have. Hello, Bernard. So, the stock Android is the best thing in a Pixel. I'm back, Anna Gingers, and so is the missus.
Hello.
Right on.
How long you been?
Oh, I'm going to cock off in a minute because the battery's about to run out.
Do you want some fish and chips?
Oh, if you like, yeah. Fish?
Well, just put some fish and chips. And you put your bear.
Oh, nice. Lovely. Got fish and chips. Blimey. And she's got me a bear, so I suppose I better go in. Hello from Sweden. Hello, Daniel. Well, I'm probably going to get live again tomorrow. Hopefully we can get this little plane here finished. With its, not finished because I've got to do a knob as yet. But get it, actually, I might actually do the knob next. I don't know, it makes sense to do the knob next, really, doesn't it? Once this is done. I've got to drill the hole right through, which I might make a little jig to do that. To make sure it lines up. And then there's like a little pin hole, a little pin prick, a little hole for that to sit in there. So I'll have to obviously get it in exactly the right position. So that's quite easy to do. You just put a bit of ink on the top of that. And you better find that one. The one on the back there is going to be a little bit more tricky because of that angle. Why is that such an angle? Oh, I see why. Because it's going to come out here, isn't it? Yeah. So it's, yeah. So I've got to obviously do the counter bore for that. I've also got to do the counter bore for the top where the the little the nut has got a screw down into. And if I remember rightly, the actual bit I've got isn't exactly the right size. Actually, no, I should have one over there. But there won't be flat bottoms or anything. Can't remember what I used now. What did I use to do that? Oh, we'll work it out anyway. Anyway, I'm going to say toodaloo for now. Once I just check how you're doing. Oh. I remember me from Craig from 7 years ago. Blimey, yeah. Now we're doing live streams as well. Blimey, that's a long time ago. Is that when I started doing this? Don't insult him by calling him Jack Black. I love Jack Black. I don't mind being called Jack Black. I think he's a great guy. You know. So yeah. And Tenacious D. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron is for Norfolk, I am, yes. Cheers, Mad Monk. Thanks again, Mad Monk, for moderating and that. Much appreciated, my friend. Ah, the kids have been asking. It's quite a nice place, Norfolk. Right, so I think it's starting to look sort of together. So for now, I'm going to say over and thanks a lot for joining us today. I'm not going to say, love you, Mad Monk, much appreciated. You know I do, don't you, mate? And any other moderators that might be about. You know, what can I say? Anyway, toodaloo.